Hello? Hello, Yusef and Bailasan, are you there? Hi, Yusef.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning. And Bailasan, can you hear me well, Bailasan? Okay. Yeah, so there's two of you as of now. There's Sheka. Wait, let's admit her. Hi, Bailasan.
Hi.
How are you? Okay, and then there's Sheka also. So you tell me, guys, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
good. Okay, so can you see the screen that we have right now, present and past perfect tenses?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So we will start now, and then let's wait for the others. They will be joining most probably in a minute. Okay, so what can we begin? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is a very simple lesson right here. Okay, so we'll start with the present and past perfect tenses. Okay, so first let's go to our objective. So who'd like to read the objective for us? Let's have Yusef first. Okay, Yusef, what do we
Correctly,
aim to learn today?
correctly use present and past perfect tenses of the verbs in writing and speaking.
Okay, so let me ask you, have you encountered present and past perfect tense of the verb before? Or is this the first time you're hearing this?
I did it before.
We've studied this back in grade 4, okay? So maybe some of you have forgotten, okay? But then we will be discussing more on perfect tenses. But before that, let's review what verb tenses are, okay? Let me just admit one more classmate of ours. Okay, there you go. So first we'll have a review on verb tenses. Okay, so who remembers what verb tenses are? When you say tense of a verb, first, what is a verb? Okay, let's have that quick review. What's a verb? It's
Action word.
good, Yusef. Okay, so it's an action word. Um, is that you, Muhammad Khalifa?
Who's Fatma Muhammad?
Yeah, that's what. Okay, anyways.
I forgot.
Yes, so I think that's Muhammad Khalifa with us. Okay, so as Yusuf has mentioned, when you say verbs, okay, verbs are action words. Okay, they also denote states of being, right? So when you say verb tenses, what do you mean? Look at the picture right here. We have the past, present, and future tenses of the verbs. Okay, so now that this picture would give you a clue as to what tenses are. Can you tell us what tenses are? Bailasan or Sheka? Yes, Sheka, go ahead.
Past, present, future.
Okay, yes, past, present, and future. So tenses, they tell us when
When this happened.
good, okay,
When
when an action happened, okay, or when a certain state of being is true, right? So we have three verb tenses, as you have mentioned, past, present, and future. But then we will be discussing about perfect tenses, okay? So now we'll begin with the present perfect tense. Okay, so what is the perfect tense or form of a verb first? Okay, let's have Bailasan to read this for us. The three perfect tenses.
The three perfect tenses in English are the three verbs, tenses which show action already completed.
Okay,
The word perfect
literally means
literally means made complete
complete
or
or
completely done.
okay, that's it. So when you say perfect tense, it means it's made complete or it's completely done. Let's admit the others. Okay, they just joined. We have Aljuri and Nura with us also. Okay, so perfect tenses, they began in an unspecified time in the past and continues to the present. That's for present perfect tense. And then we would also discuss past perfect tense. Okay, how do we form perfect tenses? Okay, let's get back to Yusuf. They are formed by
They are formed by uh, appropriate tense of the verb to have plus
okay.
of the past participle of the verb.
Okay, so at this point, I'd like to differentiate between the simple tense and the perfect tense. Okay, so as we've mentioned, when you say simple tense, it tells you when an action happened, right? But then the time when they happen would be specific. What do I mean by specific? Algeria, what do I mean by specific?
Exact.
Exact, okay? So you know that a certain action happened, let's say yesterday or a month before. You know that a certain action is happening right now or at the moment of speaking. You know that a certain action is happening in the future, let's say tomorrow or the next year. That's for the simple tense. But when you say perfect tense, okay, you don't know exactly when the action happened, either in the past or in the present. Do you understand so far?
Yeah.
Okay, how the simple tense and the perfect tense are different, okay? How do we form the perfect tenses? As we've mentioned, we should have the auxiliary or helping verb to have plus the past participle of the verb. Okay, who remembers what past participle is? Everybody
I
remembers.
don't. I don't.
Okay, so let's say, what is the past participle form of the verb study?
Oh yeah, miss.
Yeah, base
Study.
form is study. Past form is what? Studied.
Studied.
And the past participle is also
Studied.
study. Okay, because you have study and a regular verb, so you have to just add the or ed after the base form of regular verb. So it's study, simple past is studied, and past participle is studied. So you say, I have studied. Okay, you got it? Next, what is the past participle of give?
Ed. The ed.
Should it be gived? Because Sheka said
Gave.
that we should add d or ed. Okay, what's your guess? What's the past form
Gave.
of give? Give becomes
Gave.
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 Okay, who said that?
Me.
Is that you,
Me
Muhammad
too.
Khalifa? Or
Me
Sheka?
too. I
Yeah.
said it.
Okay, good.
Me
So
and him.
gave, but what is the past participle of gave? Gave, I
know,
have.
Miss I
Given.
know.
Okay? So past participle is given, right? For irregular verbs, it's either you take the base form of the verb or you change the spelling. Okay, we'll have some more examples, so don't be confused. Right now, we go to, okay, the three perfect tenses. Like in simple tenses, we have the past perfect, the present perfect, and then the future perfect, okay? So let's look at the example right here, but we'll have, some more and we'll delve into each as we go through the lesson, okay? So let's have Muhammad Khalifa, could you read this? She,
had cleaned the room when I got home yesterday.
okay, good. So what is your verb phrasing here in the past perfect tense?
Had cleaned.
Had cleaned, okay? So we would discuss how to form past perfect tenses of, or past perfect forms of verbs. Next one, present perfect tense. Nura, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Nura. He has.
He has completed the running.
Good. Okay. So what is your verb phrase in here in the present perfect tense?
Completed.
Has completed. Don't forget your auxiliary verb, your helping verb has. Okay. Next one. Algeria, you're there. Yes.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
can't see it fully.
No problem. Can you see
You
the screen,
zoomed
Algeria?
in. Future. Zoom out. Jury, zoom out. I don't know how.
Okay. Now can you see us?
Say for your sister. Wait, I'll say
Okay,
for myself.
Algeria, it's fine if you because I cannot see your screen right now. If you ask an adult to help you out to see the screen. Okay, no
Yeah,
problems. Let's have Muhammad Khalifa done, right, Sheka? Teacher perfect example. He
will have
retired.
retired by the time he is 60.
Good. Okay, so what is your verb phrase in the future perfect tense?
Will have retired.
That's it. Will have retired. Okay, so as of now, you have more or less a clue on how to form the perfect tenses of verbs. Today we'll focus on past and present. Future will be next week. Okay. Now,
Because it's
yes, it's a lot. Present perfect tense. Okay, I'll read for you this one and then we'll explain. I'll call for readers afterwards. The present perfect tense refers to an action or state that either happened at an indefinite time in the past or began in the past and continued to the present time. Okay, so let's focus on this. What do I mean by happened at an indefinite time in the past? Let's have Yusuf.
The present perfect tense refers to an action or state that either happened at an indefinite time in the past
so
or
we've read
began
that,
in
right?
the past
So
and continued to
that's
present
it.
time.
So could you explain to us what do you mean by indefinite time in the past? Do you know exactly when the action happened? If it's indefinite?
No.
No, okay? So what is the antonym for indefinite? Meaning the opposite of indefinite. This one is not exact, okay?
Definite.
Okay, definite, specific, and exact. Okay, so present perfect tense, you don't know exactly when the action happened. Okay, at the same time, maybe the action began in the past and continued to the present time. Okay, like in this example, I have lost my carrot. I lost my carrot in the past. Till now, I don't have it. Okay, but we don't know exactly when I lost my carrot, right? It could have been
Yeah.
last week I lost it, or yesterday, or just a while ago. So we don't know the exact time. Next, how do you form the present perfect tense? Let's have Bailasan. Could you read this for us, Bailasan?
The present perfect is found using has,
Formed using
have plus past
participle.
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 Okay.
Questions are indicated by
Inverting.
inverting the subject, and have
Okay. Negatives.
negatives are made with not.
Okay, this is very easy. For you to form the verb phrase in the present perfect tense, just take has and have plus past participle. Okay? Like for example, she has studied. We have studied. You understand? Now the question is, who can answer this? When do we use has? When do we use have? Yes, Bailasan. We use has.
Yes, I'm raising my hand, but you can't see me.
Have is in the past and has is in present.
Okay, that's a good try. Who else has a different answer? When do we use has? Auxiliary verb has.
Miss,
Yeah, yes,
Miss.
Shaika. What's your try?
Has that you use it if something happened at the past, and have
Okay.
something happened right now.
Okay, good try. But then I'm looking for a different answer. Guys, has, okay? Talk about the subject of your sentence. You use has if the subject is what? Singular or plural? Singular or plural? She has studied. Singular. Okay, guys? When you say singular, you're talking about just, you have only one subject. She. She has studied. Okay, she has given her best, right? What about have? When do you use have? If the subject is what?
When you're talking about yourself.
Yeah, when you're talking about yourself, I have. Okay, when you're talking about you, the person you're directly addressing, you have. And also if the subject is what? Singular or plural, children?
Plural.
Plural. Okay, if the subject is more than one. So we have studied, we have given our best in our online lesson. Okay, now if you're going to frame questions, right, then you have to invert, okay, the subject and has and have. So meaning, look at this example. Have you been reading? Where do we find have? We find it at the
beginning of
beginning of the sentence. In here, because it's not a question, it's a statement, we find it after the subject. Here, we find it before the subject.
Like
Right?
a question
That is
to
if you
somebody
will form
else.
questions. Yeah, Shaka.
Like a question you're asking somebody
Yes,
else.
yeah. So if you're asking, if it's framed as a question, then the verb has or have should be at the beginning of your sentence. Or, well, not all the time. It should be before your subject, okay? Now, negatives are made with not. So it's very easy. You just have to add not between what?
I have
The
not
main
lost
verb
my
and the main
carrot.
verb. I have not lost my carrot. I have not found my breakfast. Okay, so we'll have some more examples right here. And these are our diagrams for when you will use the present perfect tense. Okay, so if the actions have finished, for example, I have finished studying. So I started when? In the past. Okay, my action ended at the present. And my state of being finished studying, it's still true as of the present moment. So you use perfect tense, present perfect tense for actions that have finished. Next, you use it also for what? Let's have Muhammad Khalifa. We use it for recent
action with present result.
That's it, okay? So something that has just happened. Now, I'll give you one example, huh? Let's say I have just finished answering the quiz. So I use the adverb just because it's completed only just now, okay? Who has another example? Use just. Have plus past participle and then use the adverb just. Muhammad, you have an example in
I
mind?
have just studied.
That's it. I have just studied. So I just finished. I started in the past. I ended in the present. Okay, next one. What about an accomplishment? Let's say I have won the spelling bee competition. Okay, so me winning the spelling bee competition was in the past. But then me as a winner, right? My being a winner is still true as of the present.
Present.
Yeah, you
And
understand?
then when I will, it's gonna be in the future.
Yes, okay, but that's for another lesson, right? Last is unspecified past, okay, or multiple times. Like for example, I have, wait, there's Shawahar. Okay, so Jawahar has joined us. Jawahar, we're studying present and past perfect tense, okay? So now, unspecified past or multiple times, let's say I have read this book many times. From the past to the present, I've read the book many times. Look at this, okay? Multiple times you've done the action, okay? Now, more examples are right here. And also, you'll provide your own examples, okay? Okay, there you go. So finished actions we've discussed. Recent completed actions done. Okay, what about this one? Unfinished actions. Duration from past until now. I have lived in Paris for
An action that
5.
did not finish, like you're still doing it.
Yes, excellent. Okay, so you're still living in the same place, and you've done so for how many years, Mohammed? For how many years?
Me,
It's here.
it was,
Let's say, how long have you
Um,
lived in Qatar, Mohammed? I have lived in
10
Qatar
years. 10 years.
for 10 years. Okay, could you frame a sentence using present perfect tense? I have lived.
I have lived in Qatar for 10 years, and I lived in my old house for 8 years, and lived in my new house for 2 years.
Great job. Okay. So the action of Muhammad in there is unfinished because he's still living in Qatar in the present. He started living here in the past. Still now he is living here. Okay. Next one we have. Okay, let's read this. Jawahar, are you there? Jawahar.
Yes.
Okay, can you read this for us? If you can see my cursor pointing at this one.
Wait, I cannot.
You
The
cannot.
golden one.
Yeah, the golden one, this one. Live what? Live?
Yes, I need to leave the meeting and enter it again. Something happened.
Sure, no problem. Okay, so someone else. Let's have Noura. Noura, live?
Live expressions.
Experiences. Experiences here. Okay, so can you please,
ever-
this one. Can you read the example? Have you?
Have you ever eaten
Sushi
sushi
before. Have you ever eaten sushi before? Who knows what sushi is?
Me.
Who has eaten sushi?
I
Yeah.
love sushi.
It comes from which country, this food?
Japan.
From Japan, yeah, from
Japan.
Japan. And yeah, China has some varieties of sushi also. Have you ever eaten sushi before? So you're asking about life experiences, right? Yusuf, could you give another example? Have you ever tried, let's say, have you ever tried, Yusuf?
Have you ever tried zip lining?
Okay, good. Have you ever tried zip lining? Wait, someone's joining. Let's
Yeah,
see
only
if
in
it's
video games.
Jawahar, okay? So Jawahar is back with us. Next one. So we also have what we call changes over time, right? Let's have Algeri. Could you read this example, Algeri? I have.
I have lived. Wait.
This one, dear, the pink one.
Okay.
I have.
Become more interested in medical issues.
That's it. Okay, so when you say changes over time, it means maybe that was not the case in the past, but now it is the case. Before, you were not interested in, being a doctor, but now you have become more interested. Okay, so all of these, actions, finished actions, recently completed ones, unfinished, multiple, life experience accomplishments, changes over time, we express them using the present perfect tense. Okay, let's review. Has or have plus past participle form of the verb. Okay, you understood? Now let's have an exercise. Okay, so this is our exercise. Let's try it. Bailasan, the boys have eat every pie I baked. Something's wrong with this sentence. Could you tell us how to correct this? The boys have
I know.
eat. Yeah.
The boys have ate every
Pie
pie baked.
I baked. So
Wrong.
Bailasan said have ate. You're very
Wrong.
close. You're almost there.
Eight.
Okay.
Has
I know, Miss.
18. Miss
Have,
have 18.
remember past
Have
participle?
18.
Miss, I
Have
know.
18. Miss, I know have 18.
Wait just a bit, guys. It's Bailasan's turn. You'll get your turn, children. Okay. So you use the simple past for this example, Bailasan, but then we need the past participle. So what should it be?
have eaten.
Very good. Have eaten. The boys have eaten every pie I baked. Great job. Okay, let's have Sheka. Next one. I think I have seen the. Okay.
I think I have seen that because I corrected
Yes.
that the bear peeking into my pile
Hail of
of berries.
berries. Okay. So have.
Seen.
What should this be? Have seen. Very good. Okay.
Seen.
So you don't say I think I have saw. No. Okay. You don't use the simple past form of the verb. You use the past participle when you have the perfect tense. Okay. Next one. Let's get back to Nura. It has been a tradition for us to pick berries on this hill.
It have been to pick.
Something's wrong with this.
Miss has.
Has, okay. Why should it be has? It's because your subject is
A singular.
singular. Excellent. Okay, so could you complete the sentence?
It has been a tradition for us to pick berries on this hill.
Good job. Okay. So far, guys, you understood present perfect. Any problems? Who's having
Yes.
problems? Don't be shy. Who's
From
having?
long summer.
It's easy, no? It's very easy. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, has plus have and past participle, that's it. Make sure that you have,
Miss,
you know,
we
if it's
studied-
singular, plural, subject, or you and I, okay? Yeah, who has a
Miss,
question?
we studied from grade 1 or grade 2. I don't remember.
Yeah, this is like, you've studied this before, only that right now in grade 5 we're presenting more complex examples, okay? So this is kind of familiar to you. Okay, now, shall we go to past perfect tense? Are you ready? Okay, so let's have Jawahar, could you read this for us? Past perfect tense.
Past perfect tense indicate that an action was completed, finished, or perfected at some point in the past
Before
something
something else happened. Good. Okay, good job, Jawahar. Now, when you say past perfect tense, there are two actions involved in one sentence. Okay, so we'll discuss by using this example. So right now, let's discuss first, how do we form the past perfect tense? Okay, let's get back to Yusef. Yusef, this tense.
This tense is formed with had plus the past participle of the verb, which can be either regular or irregular in form.
Okay, good. So past participle form of the verb, remember regular verbs, just add E or TE. Irregular verbs, you have to change the spelling or you have to take the base form. Like for example, I have come or I had come, right? Okay, now how is it different from present perfect? How is past perfect different from present perfect? Now we're using which one? Which helping verb?
Had.
Yes, Bailasan? It's had. Good. Okay. In the previous one, we're using has or have. Now we're using had. Okay. Let's read this example. Muhammad Khalifa. Katie.
Katie had been practicing for weeks before the concert.
Okay. So what is your verb phrase in the past perfect tense?
Had been.
Good job. Okay. The base form of been is be. You don't say Katie was practicing. No. Okay. Because been is the past participle form. Now there are two events. First is there's Katie practicing. What is the second event?
The concert.
Concert. So most of the time when you have past perfect tense, there are two events in the same sentence. Okay? We'll have some more examples here. And also this is our diagram for Past perfect tense. Okay, so we use past perfect tense for actions completed before another begins. Okay, let's have a look at this. This is your past and this is your present time, right? Action number 1, action number 2. Let's say we have started, no, we have, yeah, we have started before Jawahar joined.
Miss Jawahar left?
No, she did not. Jawahar, you're there, right? She's not here. Wait.
I told you.
Yeah. She's trying to join again. Let's admit her.
Maybe the internet
Maybe she's
connection
having
is-
problems. Yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
we have started before Jawahar
Okay,
joined. What is the first
she is
action? What's the first event?
joining.
We have
We have started.
what, guys?
Started.
Yeah, we have started. And then Jawahar joined. So there are 2 actions in an unspecified time in the past. It's not, we don't know exactly when it happened. Okay, next one. Let's have Noura reporting something.
Miss Jawahar joined now.
Yeah, she's here.
Reporting something sad, thought, or
Thoughts
believe
or
in the past.
good. Okay, so one example is like this. She had told me that the Zoom meeting is today. Okay, so I used had told. She had told me. We have started before. Okay, she had told me that the Zoom meeting is today. So I'm reporting. It's a report of something that was said. Okay, so these are 2 instances wherein you can use the past perfect tense. So far, you understand, children?
Yeah.
No problem?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have the formula and also some more examples for past perfect tense. So we already know this, right? Had plus past participle, subject plus had not, and past participle if you have the negative form. And then if you have the question form, where should you place your helping verb had?
She had.
Beginning of the sentence.
In
Yeah,
the
it's at the
second,
beginning of the sentence or before your subject. Okay,
yeah, like had she or she had. It's okay.
that's it. Okay, now after these examples, you'll provide your own. Okay, usage to describe an action finished before another past action. Let's have Jawahar. Read this example, Jawahar.
Richard had gone out when he with
Wife.
arrived. His wife
Mhm.
arrived in the
Office.
office.
Okay, what's your verb phrase in the past participle? It's
Arrived. Has gone.
had gone.
Has gone.
Okay, so he had gone out and then his wife arrived in the office. So there are 2 actions. There are 2 events in the same sentence. You got it? Okay, next
Yes.
one by Lisan. Describe an
Yeah.
action that happened before a specific time in the past. Okay, here. Christine.
Kristen had never been to an opera before last night.
Okay, so last night she had been into an opera, but before last night she had never been there. You know what an opera is, children?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so what? It's like a concert.
Yes, it's like a concert,
Yes.
like they sing over there.
It's with singing and music. Okay, and you know it's an entertainment basically. Next one, to describe cause and effect when combined with the past simple. Okay, let's have Sheka. Algeria is there, no? Algeria, you're
Yeah.
next.
Mm.
Yes. Okay, Sheka. I got stuck. I got stuck.
I
in-
got stuck in traffic because there had been an accident.
Okay, why did you get stuck in traffic?
Because it's like there had
been what?
accident.
Okay, good. So the cause is the accident, and the effect is you got stuck in traffic. Okay, what is your verb phrase in here?
Had been an
That's it. Had been. Okay. Next one, Algeria. To emphasize the result of an activity in the past. Okay, read this. I had been.
I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York.
Good job. Okay. Now, what's your verb phrase in the past perfect tense?
I had been.
Had been. Okay, so you've gone to London twice before or by the time you got a job in New York, right? So 2 actions, the one in London, the one in New York, 2 events in the same sentence. Now, guys, can you provide your own examples? Muhammad Khalifa.
Okay.
You can choose from any of these usages and then just use had plus past participle, okay? I had, or he had, we had.
He had gone to the mall after his friend went out.
Excellent. See that? Muhammad Khalifa used two events in the same sentence. We had gone to the mall. Can you repeat that, dear?
He has gone to the mall when
He
his
had
friend
gone to
went
the
out.
mall after.
His friend went out.
Okay, good. Next one, let's have Yusuf. Let Yusuf use the negative. So insert not between, helping verb and main verb. Is Yusuf there? Yusuf.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, he's there.
Is there, Miss?
Okay.
Miss, he's there.
So could you give us an example, past perfect tense in the negative form? Okay.
He had not been to London from before.
He had not been to London before. Okay. Or you can say he had not been. Which usage did you choose in here? Because what's more appropriate is he has not been to London before. So what's more appropriate is present perfect for that. Okay, but that's a good try, Yusuf. Okay, you can say he had not been to London.
Before this month.
Yeah, before this month or in a while. Okay, good. Now, can someone please give us an example? Question: had plus past participle. Nura.
Yes.
I know.
Had. Start with had, and then
Had
subject, and then verb.
plus S plus past participants.
That's good. Okay. Could you give us an example, Nura? Had she finished the test? So like a question in the past perfect tense. Okay.
Had she finished the test?
Okay. You have another example for us?
Had you finished the race or
Okay. Had
run?
she finished the race? Had I done my homework? Okay. So this is how you do it. Huh, children? Now, guys, does it matter if your subject is singular or plural? If you're using had, does it matter?
No.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
It matters?
Yeah.
How
No.
can you say that?
No.
No,
it
it
does
doesn't.
not. You can use had for both singular and plural subjects.
Miss, because in the example
Muhammad.
it said Richard had gone. Yeah, he had gone. And there was
Okay,
also his wife. So Richard and his wife.
that's it. Okay, so you can use had for both singular and plural subjects. Excellent point. Okay, now guys, let's have this other practice. Okay, can you see this in your screens? Let's have
Yeah.
Algerie first. She had, is it discover or discovered a bear in a cave? Which one should it be?
He had discovered a bear in a cave.
Good. Okay, so you use the
Discover.
what? The base form or the past participle?
I don't know how to say it.
Participle. It's like participate, but then you have to replace it with PLE. Participle. Okay? Next one. Let's have Sheka. Luke
Yes,
had.
I'm right.
Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
Discovered.
Luke had heard that you should not run away from bear.
Okay, good. So it should be had heard because this is your past participle form of the verb. Next one is Bailasan. Someone
Someone had told or tell him to make a lot of noise to scare the bear.
What is missing here in this sentence?
Told.
Full stop.
There's no full stop. There should be full stop here, by the way. Okay, Bailasan, what's your answer? Had told or had tell? Had told.
Told.
Okay, so it's quite easy, right, children?
Yes.
Good. So is there any question?
No.
What are your questions?
I have not.
I have no questions. Okay, good. So guys, please prepare for, it's very easy quiz only by tomorrow, okay? And also, I'd like to tell you, reading A to Z, I will be posting reminders. The only persons who've done the poetry book, who finished the poetry book, are Baylasan and Yusef in the whole of grade 5. Okay, so just do that. I assigned the new one. It's a comic book. Who likes comic books in class? Everybody likes comic
Me.
books, right? It's about
Mhm.
Gandhi. Okay, so it's about the, the Salt March headed by Gandhi, the Great Salt March. Yes, okay, so it's comics. There's no quiz, huh? So there are two pending works. The poetry book, there's no quiz. And then there's the graphic novel, the comic book itself. Also, there's no quiz on that. Just read it. And then I'll put in the grade. Okay? So guys, it was nice seeing you. I think this is the last. I'm not sure if we will have Zoom. We wait for announcements, okay? But it was nice seeing you before, end of the school year.
Me too.
Yes. Okay. So Jawahar, are you okay? Do you have questions?
Miss, I have a question.
Yeah, what is it?
Why you don't show your face?
Because I cannot do that while I'm sharing the screen, okay? But it's fine.
Yeah, can
You know how I look, okay? So it's not like
Nora,
I'm okay.
حتى add إنه
So
Charlie.
guys, at this point, we'll end the meeting. Have a good day ahead of you. Okay, do your tasks, study well, and keep safe. Okay, bye, children.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
شيخة
Huh?
شيخة روبلوكس
Okay, بس